A very warm welcome to all my viewers, those who are sitting over here in the studio and viewers at their particular homes in front of TV screen. Today we are going to discuss about one of the most prominent, important, famous languages of the world. Obviously that is English language. To know any language is not enough until unless we are not knowing grammar. Knowing English, knowing any language, it means you are having gold with yourselves. And if you are going to the grammar of that particular language, it means you are going to have ornaments comparatively more precious. So today we are going to study, we are going to know about grammar so that you can score good marks in your board examinations. And for that I would like to request one of the most prominent teachers, faculties of the H.B.K group of schools. Pandit sir.
Good evening, dear friends. As Mr. Singh told you, English is an ornament, then grammar is diamond. And you know, when any ornament is studded with diamond, it becomes more valuable and impressive. As English language is the more important language than other languages of the world. As in life, rules and regulations are required to make it disciplined. Very likely, grammar is also useful to make any language disciplined, impressive and important. Dear friends, the field of grammar is very vast, or in other words you can say it is an ocean. And from the ocean of grammar, just I would like to take some drops and shower on you. Dear friends, among the important grammatical points here, active voice and passive voice is one of them. So dear friends, today I will discuss over this grammatical point. So while you are going to change the text into passive voice, you have to keep certain points in mind. First of all, you can see here, ascertain the subject, the verb and the object. You have to concentrate on these three things. And a step ahead, decide the tense of the verb, decide the number of the object, replace the subject by the object and apply the proper form of to be before the past participle form of the verb. Here I would like to tell you different forms of to be. If you take present tense, to be means am, is, are. Very likely in the past tense, to be means was, were, and the original form is used with modal auxiliaries while you are changing the sentence into passive voice. Here, so here you see in the first sentence, we grow trees to protect the earth. No doubt sentence is quite long, but don't worry for that. Ascertain three things. First of all, subject, the doer, who does the work. Here, who is doing the work of growing the trees? So, we. What are we doing? Here, the work of growing means grow is the verb. And trees, that is object. So by following all these rules, let's try on this sentence. Here you can see this is yes. Yes indicates subject, and here V indicates verb, and lastly trees indicates object. Very good, very nice. So now we have to change this sentence into passive voice. So see the order. Dear friends, this picture is seen generally in all the grammar books. You see here in active voice SVO, that is shown on the blackboard, and here in passive voice we come to V and yes, and necessary complements like here to be and by. Here you see in this sentence trees, that is object, and object is in plural number. The verb is in simple present tense, and here with the subject. Now come reverse. Here trees are grown by us, and the extra word can be placed as they are to protect the earth. The whole sentence like this: trees are grown by us to protect the earth. In the second sentence you see that is an interrogative sentence, and you will see here when the sentence is interrogative we have to follow this rule. In interrogative and negative sentences, do, does are replaced by is, am, are according to the number of the object. Very likely did is replaced by was, where. So here you see in this sentence does, mean that is in simple present tense, and here subject is Rohan plays verb, and cricket is object. Dear friends, you see here cricket, that is singular number. Here cricket is singular number, so does will be replaced by is, right? And then follow the rule, follow the step OVS. So is cricket, past participle of play is played. So is cricket played by Rohan on every Sunday. Here in the third sentence you will see a new word, must. Must. What is must here? It is here if the sentence includes any of the modal auxiliaries can, could, may, might, should, would, must, will, shall. The original form of to be is used before the verb. So here, dear friends, once again decide the subject here. We is subject. Here shave is verb, and our environment, this is object. Now follow the rule OVS. Follow the rule OVS. So our environment must be shaped by us. Very good. So here with modal auxiliaries we have to use the original form of to be and the past participle of the main verb. Here some typical mistakes are made by the clever students too. You see here the sentence, the rich help the poor. Even clever students make a typical mistake here. Here these words, the rich and the poor. Rich is an adjective, but no noun is applied after the adjective. So when we put article though before any here quality showing adjective, that is considered as plural number. So here the rich is subject, help is the verb, and the poor here object. Now we have to turn this sentence into passive voice. So you see here the poor are helped by the rich. But the common mistake that is done here by most of the students, they consider the poor as singular number and they make mistake. Not only weak students, even talented students also commit this mistake. So dear students, be aware of this typical mistake, and I am sure all the viewers and students will not commit such mistakes in future. So here the poor are helped by the rich. Now move to sentence number 5. I, that is subject, saw is here verb, and a bunch of keys, that is object. When you concentrate your mind on a bunch of keys, the word keys is instilled in your mind and you treat this object like plural number. But dear students, you are making mistake here if you take it as plural number. So here a bunch of keys, that is singular number. There is only one bunch. There may be many keys, but bunch is only one. So this object will be taken as singular number, and in past tense we use the form of to be as was and were. With plural number object we use were, and with singular number object we use was. Here a bunch of keys, that is in singular number. Even if it looks plural number, but don't make mistake, take it as singular number and turn the sentence into passive voice. A bunch of keys was seen by me on the table. But I have seen, I have come across many question papers and I have assessed many question paper. Whenever just I go as an examiner, I find students committing this mistake. They take this thing as plural number and make mistake and they lose marks. So a bunch of keys, a herd of animals, a board of directors. So here moving to sentence number 6. why did you tease your poor friend? It is very clear. The sentence is in simple past tense. That is in interrogative form. And in interrogative sentences, you know, as I have already told you, did is replaced by was where. But at the same time, you have to keep the number of the object, whether that is in present tense or whether that is in singular number or plural number. So here, why here is subject, is verb, and your poor friend, that is the object. So dear friend, you see the object your poor friend, that is in singular number. So here did will be replaced by was, not were. Here why was, and after that you follow OVS. So why was your poor friend, past participle of tease is teased. So why was your poor friend teased by him? And I would like to give you some more examples, like here also, my dear friend, the principal called one of the boys. The same mistake is done by the students. They consider one of the boys as plural number, but here they are mistaken. One of the boys, that is singular number. Here you decide the subject, the principal, and called is the verb, and one of the boys, that is object. When you change this sentence into passive voice, you have to change this sentence like this: one of the boys was called by the principal. But generally students take this thing as plural number and they make mistake. So dear friend, beware of this typical mistake, and I am sure all the viewers will not commit such kind of mistakes. And moving a step ahead, I would like to give you some more typical examples. Here generally you see subjects like here politics, physics, economics, mathematics. You see, these are the names of the subjects. You see here politics. It looks like plural number. And here also, even talented students make mistakes. I am writing a sentence on the blackboard. You see here, I hate politics. I hate politics. The mistake that is committed by the students, they convert this sentence into passive voice like this: politics are hated by me. But that is wrong. The correct answer is politics is hated by me. Politics is hated by me. In the same way, Mr. Here, Mr. Shah teaches politics very well. Here, Mr. Shah, that is subject, and teaches here verb, and physics, that is object. Very good. Now, when you turn this sentence into passive voice, physics is taught by Mr. Shah very well. But some students commit this mistake and they write the sentence like this: physics are taught by Mr. Shah. They are wrong. So here physics is taught by Mr. Shah. And moving to model auxiliaries, I would like to give you some sentences, and you see how sentences are converted into passive voice in case of model auxiliaries. Dear friends, here see, I can speak English very fluently. Here can is modal auxiliary. This word can is modal auxiliaries, and in case of modal auxiliaries we use original form of to be and the past participle of the main verb. One thing, modal auxiliary doesn't change its place. It remains where it is. So while we are going to change this sentence into passive voice, you see here this is the subject, and here this is the verb, and English is object. Very good. Now we have to change this sentence into passive voice. You see, English can, and you have to place be here. English can be past participle of speak is spoken. The English is spoken. Here English can be spoken by me very fluently. So in case of modal auxiliaries, we have to use the original form of to be. One thing, dear friends, I would like to make it clear. Most of students can change the sentences into passive voice, but the same thing is asked in extract form, that means paragraph form. They make mistakes. But any paragraph, any text, any passage is made of sentences only. So when a text is given and you are asked to change it into passive voice, there is no need of getting nervous. You have to follow the same rules and regulations as you follow in the sentences. I would like to present an example of a text before you, and we have to change that into passive voice. You see, when sentences are taken collectively, they form a paragraph, they form a text. But here most of students get nervous seeing the same thing in the form of text, in the form of the paragraph. But don't get nervous. Here take one by one sentence and convert it into passive voice. I saw him at the gate. I subject here, saw is verb, and him, that is object, and that is extra words. Don't touch the extra words. You have to move 3 steps only: subject, verb, and the object. Now change it. Now him will become he when it comes at the place of the subject. Here he was seen by me. He was seen by me at the gate. Now first sentence is over. Move to the second sentence. I called him. Here he was called by me. Now 2 sentences are over. Move to the third sentence. I assigned some jobs.